Goodness in the making. Get exclusive.
Walton County's recent customary use settlement with beach property owners is creating more questions than answers. You'll hear why the issue is still in limbo. Also, a Georgia man is in the Bay County jail after an unchristian-like visit to a beach church. You'll find out what he's accused of doing.
Bay District Schools begins next Thursday. You'll hear from local officials on what they say you can do to make sure students get to school safely.
Live from Panama City, this is Fox 28 News at 9.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Fox 28 News at 9. I'm Kimber Collins. At this morning's First Friday meeting, it was announced that Bay County has been named an official Coast Guard community. The honor has only been given to 36 communities. As Fox 28's Alex Schley tells us, the standards are high.
Pleased to tell you today that we received congressional and commanded approval, and we are officially a Coast Guard community.
At the Bay County Chamber of Commerce First Friday meeting, the Military Affairs Committee announced Bay County has been named an official Coast Guard community.
What that means is that we go above and beyond to support our Coast Guard families, and we strive to make it a home away from home environment for them.
There are only 30 other communities that have been honored with this title.
It took a lot of hard work to get there, a lot of applications, 39 pages of applications, congressional approval, and the commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard had to give approval. And we've been working on this since last June.
U.S. Representative Neil Dunn, who is also a veteran, says he personally has had a great experience in Bay County.
I actually think that our community deserves that recognition, but we do. We support the military very, very, very strongly, overwhelmingly throughout all of the county.
Officer in charge, Justin Irwin, who moved to Bay County from Tennessee, says he's grateful for the community support.
This community is so patriotic, and just being embraced in the community and loved and wanted means so much to the Coast Guard. And I've been in for 23 years, never been a part of a Coast Guard, official Coast Guard community, so it just means a lot to us.
In Panama City, Alex Schley, Fox 28 News at 9.
Coast Guard representatives say there will be a formal ceremony where the Coast Guard recognizes the county. The date, however, has not been scheduled yet. The more than 5-year legal battle over customary use on Walton County beaches is not over yet. The county reached a final settlement with most private property owners, but others plan to go to trial in December. The sheriff's office is trying to create enforcement policies while realtors try to determine what this all means for property values and income.
Nobody is going to be happy. At the end of the day, there are going to be people unhappy on all this.
Walton County Sheriff Atkinson said his department has 60 to 90 days to come up with policies to match the final settlement of the customary use of Walton County beaches. Atkinson said the response will depend on the property in question.
Customary use does not apply to all 1,200 parcels on the beach. So we're going to end up having to have different policies based on where the property at, what rules apply.
For 36 or so properties in the settlement case, a 20-foot transitory zone will allow the public to sunbathe or swim on the beach, but at the owner's discretion. Local realtor Rachel Worrell has been following the customary use and says the final result of these court cases could affect everything from property rights to property values.
If you own a property in Walton County and you don't have deeded access to the Gulf, these new rules and restrictions could possibly negatively impact your vacation rental revenue and ultimately your property values.
Worrell also has a political science background. She says the rights fight stems from a 1974 Florida Supreme Court ruling.
The public has an ancient right to enjoy our beaches, and restricting that access is violating people's ancient rights. Now, at the same time, you have these property owners that have the deeded access either near or close to the water line, and they feel that their private property rights are being violated.
While property owners hash out signing the settlement or going to trial, Sheriff Atkinson says they will host a Facebook Q&A and a town hall to talk about policy suggestions with the public. Atkinson says regardless of the outcome, he's going to need more staff.
We think there's some opportunity for Beach Ambassador program to be expanded. Community service officers, we could come at it not from an enforcement standpoint, but rather from an education and a customer service standpoint. We will have to have some more deputies for, unfortunately, there will be people that force an enforcement action.